Police handcuffed a black billionaire at his pool. One call later, their badges were gone. The cuffs snapped shut like a judge's gavel. Marcus Langston felt the steel bite his wrists, cold against the late August heat shimmering off the turquoise water. Two white officers, one red-faced, the other chewing gum like it owed him money, yanked him from the chaise where he'd been reading quarterly reports on his tablet. "Hands where we can see 'em, sir," the red-faced one barked, as if Marcus hadn't already been sitting perfectly still in linen shorts and a Harvard t-shirt. The gum chewer tightened the cuffs another click. "Got a call about a trespasser. Big guy, dark skin, no ID on him." Marcus glanced at the 12-foot privacy wall, the biometric gate, the security camera blinking red above them. "You're on my property," he said, voice calm, the same tone he used to close 9-figure deals. "Langston Estate. My name's on the mailbox." Red face snorted. "Yeah, and I'm Elon Musk. Keep talking, tough guy." Neighbors' curtains twitched. Phones rose like periscopes. Someone was already live streaming. Marcus felt the old anger coil in his chest. Same anger that had fueled him out of a one-bedroom in Detroit's Brightmoor neighborhood, past every teacher who said he'd never amount to anything, past every investor who laughed at a black kid asking for seed money. But he swallowed it. Not here. Not today. The gum chewer shoved him toward the squad car parked crooked on his Italian pavers. "Watch your head, Rockefeller." Marcus ducked. The vinyl seat smelled of bleach and old fries. Through the mesh partition he saw his reflection. 42 years old, Forbes cover last month, wrists ringed in department issue steel. Then the radio crackled. A woman's voice, clipped and official. "Unit 19, stand by for priority call." Red face grabbed the handset. "Go ahead." Patch from Chief Harlan's office. "Hold position. Do not transport." The gum chewer frowned. "Say again. Hold. And uncuff the suspect. Now." Marcus watched the color drain from both officers' faces. Red face fumbled with the keys. The cuffs came off. "Sir," he stammered, "there's been a mix-up." Marcus rubbed his wrists, said nothing. A black Suburban rolled up the driveway, tires whispering over stone. Out stepped Chief Harlan himself, dress blues, gold badge catching the floodlights. Behind him, a young aide clutched a tablet like a shield. "Mr. Langston," the chief said, voice trembling just enough to betray 40 years on the force. "On behalf of the department." Marcus raised a hand. "Save it." He turned to the officers. "Names." "Officer Barrett," red face managed. "Officer Kim." Marcus nodded once. He pulled his phone from the chaise, left there like a forgotten toy, and dialed. Not his lawyer. Not PR. A number he hadn't called in 23 years. It rang twice. "Marcus." The voice on the other end cracked with age and surprise. "Boy, is that you?" "Hey, Mama Grace." Grace Turner had been the lunch lady at Marcus's elementary school. She'd slipped him extra tater tots when his mom worked double shifts. She'd written his college recommendation letter on cafeteria napkins. Retired now, living in a senior apartment the city kept threatening to condemn. "You okay, baby?" she asked. "I need a favor," Marcus said. "Two officers just put me in cuffs in my own backyard. I want to know who they are to their mothers." Grace laughed, the sound like warm cornbread. "Give me 10 minutes. Marcus put the phone on speaker and set it on the pool's edge. The officers shifted from foot to foot. Chief Harlan looked ready to salute the pavement. 8 minutes later Grace called back. "Officer Daniel Barrett," she began, voice steady. "His mama, Dolores, sings alto in my choir. Lost her house in the flood last year. Daniel's been working overtime to keep his little sister in community college. She wants to be a nurse." Barrett's eyes widened. "Officer Ryan Kim," Grace continued. "His grandmother, Mrs. Kim, lives 2 doors down from me. Came here from Seoul in 78 with nothing but a recipe for kimchi and a dream. Ryan sends half his check home so she can keep her dialysis appointments." Kim stared at the ground. Marcus let the silence settle like dust. Then he spoke to the officers, not the chief. "You ever go hungry?" he asked Barrett. Barrett swallowed. "Yes, sir." "You ever watch your grandma cry because the medicine bill came?" he asked Kim. Kim nodded. Marcus turned to the chief. "Suspension with pay. 30 days. Mandatory bias training. Paid for by me, not the city. And I want them in my mentorship program at the foundation. 8 weeks. They shadow executives, learn what wealth looks like when it's earned, not stolen. Harlan opened his mouth, closed it. Barrett found his voice. Sir, we had no right. No, Marcus agreed. You didn't. He looked at the pool, still rippling from where the officers had dragged him past it. But rights aren't the whole story. Grace taught me that. That night Marcus drove to the senior apartments himself. Grace met him at the door in house slippers and a Pistons hoodie 2 sizes too big. You didn't have to come all this way, she said. Had to see if you still make that peach cobbler. She did. They ate on her tiny balcony overlooking a parking lot lit by one flickering street lamp. You could have ruined those boys, Grace said, licking sugar from her thumb. Could have, Marcus said, but you taught me ruin's easy. Building's hard. Word spread quietly, not through press releases. Marcus hated press releases, but through barbershops and church WhatsApp groups. 2 officers who'd cuffed a billionaire now sat in boardrooms learning cap tables. Barrett's sister got a full-ride scholarship to the nursing program Marcus funded. Kim's grandmother got an electric wheelchair that didn't break down every 3rd Tuesday. 6 months later Marcus hosted the foundation gala at the estate. The pool glowed sapphire under string lights. Barrett and Kim stood at the entrance in ill-fitting tuxedos, greeting guests. A reporter cornered Marcus near the bar. Mr. Langston, sources say you had those officers fired. Care to comment? Marcus smiled, the same smile that closed the merger with the Japanese conglomerate. I gave them a better job. He clinked his glass against Grace's plastic cup of iced tea. To second chances, he said. Grace raised her cup. And to the ones who give them. The badges never came off, technically. They hung in the foundation's lobby instead, polished, engraved, property of the public trust. Beneath them, a plaque read, kindness isn't weakness, it's compound interest on humanity. And every summer, when the pool water hit 80 degrees and the cicadas screamed like they'd seen the future, Marcus hosted a cookout. No guest list, just neighbors, officers, kids from the old neighborhood, and Grace at the grill flipping burgers like she was still feeding a cafeteria full of dreamers. The cuffs stayed in a shadow box by the gate. A reminder. A promise. One call had taken badges away. One choice had given something better back.